Hey Metal Maniacs, this is Marcelo from Surgical Strike and you are thrashing it up on Dave Softees Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Germany, joining us from Power Thrash Metal Band Surgical Strike. We have guitarist Marcelo Vasquez Rocha. Welcome to the Metal Meltdown, Marcelo. Great to have you here. And how you doing out there?
Hello from Germany. Thanks for having me. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. I have to tell you, I've been a fan of your band ever since your previous EP, 5 to 12. from 2016. I remember when that came out, I was playing the hell out of it. And I got to hear your upcoming offering, and it is kick-ass. Really good stuff. So I'm really delighted to be able to do this with you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad that you like our new stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it power thrash. I call it like thrash speed. Really, it's your strongest offering, and actually, it's your first full offering. So you should be really proud of yourself. Really good stuff.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are focusing on thrash metal, but we're also big fans of power metal bands, for example, like Iced Earth or what else. And these are also some influences. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, Iced Earth also has the thrash, power thrash type of a sound too, as well. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. And Marcelo, would you please at this time, for our listeners, let the fans know who makes up the rest of the band members of Surgical Strike?
Our singer is Jans, aka Stöpsel, it's a German word, his nickname, and we have Frank on guitar, and Flo is playing bass, and Moritz is playing drums.
Very nice. And I remember a song back in the day from Queensryche, from their Rage for Order album. And when I first heard Surgical Strike, I thought maybe you were a progressive metal band. And so I'm curious, did the band get its name from that Queensryche tune, or could you give us some history behind how Surgical Strike got its name?
Yes, back in the days in '93, Surgical Strike actually were founded in '93, and after '96 they made a break. And back in the days, the guys were really big fans of Queensryche, and Jens is a big Queensryche fan until now. And when they were searching a cool band name, one of the guys came with the idea to name the band Surgical Strike after the song from Queensryche.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong there. Most of the time when I take a guess like that, I'm 50%. I could be wrong or right, so I'm glad that I was actually had a good guess on that. But I have to say, Surgical Strike is a great name for a thrash metal band. Just the name is very thrashy. And that being said, again, I want to congratulate you on the band's brand new first full offering. We mentioned the EP, and this is part of A Sick World, which is a great title. And I really believe this is being released on Metalville.
Yes, it is. It is.
And yeah, how do you feel having this first full offering out there from the band? It must be a really good feeling of accomplishment.
Yes, we are very proud about our new album. It's an 11-track album, and yeah, we are stoked about it.
Excellent. So are we, and we'd like to talk more about this album and learn all we can about it. As I said, part of A Sick World is a kick-ass offering. I'd like to know where this was recorded, produced, mixed, and mastered. Who is responsible for this production? Because the sound is incredible. I really love it.
Thank you very much. Responsible for the sound is Lasse Lammert from Germany. He is the owner of the LSD Studios in Lübeck, Germany, and we decided to work with him. He did the recordings, the mix, and the mastering too, and we are really, really happy with the result. And yeah, he did an awesome job.
Really did. Can you share with us how your tunes all come together? Who is responsible for writing the lyrics and the music? Does anybody in the band have a certain role, or do you do it as a collective?
The main part of the album was written by me because Frank, our guitar player, came to the band a year ago, and the most parts, I can say 8 songs were written by me, and Jens is writing the lyrics alone.
Very good. Excellent. And the music, do you guys do that all yourselves together, or are you doing all the music yourself in the writing of that?
We are writing for ourselves. So I write a song, Frank is writing a song, and Jens is writing the lyrics alone. Yes.
I got you. Okay, I understand that now. Thank you very much for explaining that. And I'd like you to tell the listeners out there who may not be aware of Surgical Strike, or maybe they do remember you from your previous EP, what could they expect from this new Surgical Strike offering? What can you tell them what they can expect about this?
Well, they can expect a really cool metal/thrash metal album packed with a lot of cool guitar parts. And you can say it sounds a bit like a time travel through the last 40 years of metal, with a focus on thrash metal, We got really nice 80s thrash parts with some modern elements and extended lead parts. And yeah, it sounds a bit more sophisticated compared to the last release from 2016.
I would agree, and you said that very well. And I agree. And the fans that are tuning in tonight, they're hearing your music, and they hear it themselves, and they have to believe in what you're saying because it's very true. Excellent stuff. And also, what is excellent about this offering is the imagery. I like to talk about the CD art. It's a killer thrash cover. I mean, everything about it is a win-win. It's pretty sick, I say. The image is excellent. So I'd like to know who was responsible for this artwork, and if you could spend some time talking with us about who created the band's logo, because that's also a really nice thrash band logo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Responsible for the artwork from Part of the Sick World is a German artist. His name is Timon Kokot, and he really did a badass job. We gave him only the album title, Part of the Sick World, and this is what he made out of it. And the logo was made by a buddy of us called Till Papermiller. Yeah, he made the logo in 2016.
Did you say Papermiller?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very interesting name. Thank you. Yeah, and I also noticed on your Facebook, and it's good to know this, that the Surgical Strike is a live performing band. That's very important. Not all bands have that ability to do that, and I'd like to know, have you been out there performing in support of your debut full offering? And if you could spend time with us, letting us know what maybe future shows you may have been lining up for you, as well as if you could share with us some of your favorite performances of the recent past. It doesn't have to be any time. It doesn't have to be just about this latest offering. It could be in your experience. If you have any moments of performances that stand out in your mind that you'd love to talk to us about, we would love to hear it.
Yes, we are a live band. We love to play live with Surgical Strike. We played all the songs from our EP, and we are already play songs from our CD, and it feels really good to play them live. And we love the energy which is coming from the fans and the audience, and this is always the fun part of this thing, you know. Making an album is not always be fun, but if you play the songs live and you see the reaction of the fans, it's so. In October, we played with Hate, Fear, and Dust Bolt, and this was a really kick-ass show. The guys were really cool, and yeah, very friendly guys, and this was one of the best shows we played so far. And one really cool thing is that we are confirmed for Wacken Open Air 2020, and this is really, really great. This feels so good. They to play alongside with bands like Judas Priest, Annihilator, Death Angel, and so on. And this will be great.
This is really good news, and yeah, I've had Essay from Hate Fair on the show a couple of times, and Dust Bolt's a killer band, and Wacken, yeah, you'll have Destruction there too, I'm sure, and the Big Four maybe even. That's outstanding news. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
So one of the most important parts of these interviews, especially since we're in the underground and supporting bands of the underground, is to inform the fans on how they could support these great bands from around the world. And now we're talking about Surgical Strike from Germany. So let's inform the fans how they could get merch in order to support the band. And I'm going to give your Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Surgical Strike Metal. That's Surgical Strike Metal, one word. And would that be the best place for a fan that is interested in getting either a CD or whatever merch you may have available? Would that be the place for them to go, or do you have any other links that they should know about?
Yeah, we have our web shop on surgicalstrike.de, and you'll get shirts, CDs, patches, and posters there. And we are planning to release our EP on vinyl very soon, and we also got some new shirts with the album artwork soon, and yeah, you can get there, and we ship worldwide, so grab your merch at surgicalstrike.de.
Thank you for that info. I'll have to visit that site, and again, thank you for that information, and thank you for letting us know what you have available for the fans. That's always important. And I was looking for videos for the upcoming release. I haven't noticed any, so I'd like to talk about videos with you about Surgical Strike, and if you're planning on making any future music videos or even lyrical videos for this part of a Sick World release. Are they out there already, or are they in the works? What can you tell us?
Yeah, yesterday we released our first video for the album for the song Dead and Gone. It's also available as a single on Spotify and everywhere else. Yes, yesterday we just released our first single from the album for Dead and Gone, the song. The single is now available on Spotify and all other streaming platforms. And in maybe 1 or 2 weeks we release another video. And there's some other videos in the making, but we are not 100% sure when they will come out.
Well, it's good news to know that you have videos that are going to be out there. Where would be the best place to find it? Would it be on the Surgical Strike YouTube, or do you have another place where we could find the videos?
Yes, our first video from Shithouse Propaganda is available at the Wacken YouTube channel, and Dead and Gone is available on our YouTube channel, Surgical Strike Official.
Thank you.
YouTube.
Thank you for that info. I just want to make sure that I could find it so I could share it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And Marcelo, would you like to talk about your gear? Would you like to talk about your guitars?
Yes, sure. I like to talk about my gear. I'm a gearhead, suffering under the gear acquisition syndrome. So yes, I own a couple of amplifiers, and I have a couple guitars collected over the years. And yes, live I use a Kemper amp because this makes everything very easy for us, because we are using an in-ear mixer rack, and you are not, if you have a shitty cap or shitty microphones on stage, it doesn't matter, because with the Kemper amp you have always the same sound on your ear, and it's very important to have good sound on your ear to perform good. And yes, guitars, I play Jackson guitars since years now, and I like them very much. And yeah, pickups, I use the Fishman Fluence Modern. They're really great. And yes, that's what I play.
All right, thank you for spending time talking about that. We always love to hear about that stuff, us metal maniacs. And I'd like to know if at this time, if there's anything that you would like to say to your fans around the world that are tuning in right now, would you like to say anything to them at this time?
Yes, so please check out Surgical Strike. We got a new album out. Grab a copy, and I think you will not be disappointed.
I know they won't be disappointed, that's for sure. And Marcelo, I want to thank you for joining us today on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. Thank you for this interview. I've enjoyed getting to know you, and I hope to get to know you for years to come. So that being said, I want to keep the doors open for future releases of future interviews for your future releases. If you'd like to come back on the show to promote your upcoming albums, every time you have a new album, you can feel free to come back on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. Before we go, I want to thank you for this opportunity to learn more about the band, but I want to make sure that we covered everything that we can. So that being said, is there anything that you would like to get out there to the listeners that we have yet to discuss? Is there anything on a personal level or anything that you want to mention to them that we have not talked about yet?
Not really.
Okay, good. Then you did a really nice interview. I thank you for your time doing this, and I'm glad this all worked out, and it's going to be awesome, and we'll be spreading the word. We'll be, because in the underground, what we have to do is we have to work together to spread the word, because none of us could do this alone. So you can count on my support, Metal Messiah Radio support, and all of us here at Metal Messiah Radio. This is what we do, and we enjoy doing it. So I want to wish you and the band and Surgical Strike the best of this coming year. Have a great time at Wacken. Fill us in with whatever is going on with you and with Wacken, and whatever other videos or shows coming up you have going. Please keep in contact with me so we can help spread the word for you. I hope you sell out on all your future tours, and I wish you the best of success. So,
yeah, thank you very much for the support,
yeah,
and that you support all the other bands. This is definitely a really cool thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And to be honest, this was my very first phone interview in English, and basically I speak English very well, but I was kind of excited
I know.
Yeah,
I could tell, but you did great. You did great. This is your first. I'm honored to be your first. Cheers to you. And how about we go crank up some more Surgical Strike and crank it up loud?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the interview. It was a pleasure, man.
All right, let's crank it up. More Surgical Strike. Loud. Crank it. All right.
Yeah.
Great. All right, great interview. All right, you did a great job.